one.
Fair.
Do it. Yes, you can. See?
Romana, yours sounds like a wood pigeon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it literally does sound like a wood pigeon.
It does.
I'm very proficient at a wood pigeon impersonation. Debs, what are we doing today? What's going on?
Wait. So. I've got her Instagram up. So what I
Yes.
Come on, intro.
I think I thought this was just for us to record for bits and bobs, and then when she jumps on. Okay, so today we're having on the it didn't come out. I'm gonna have to start that again now.
You see what I have to work with on a weekly basis.
Right, so we are having none other than Rachel Daniels on, the real Lois Lane.
Yes.
So we're going to obviously wait for her to come on, which will be about 15 minutes. But I thought that's why we're recording a little bit early, so we can get some gems in here, get some turkey and stuff. But obviously we'll just get her on, get her talking about where she was before she started bodybuilding, and then ultimately I think the question.
Asara's chest.
Sorry, my laptop needs to be put on charge.
That was a nice little interval there.
Well, teaser. That's the only fan sponsor.
Sarah's did.
Big shout out to Trojans.
Yeah, big shout out Trojans.
Oh, what?
Trojans? The gym in Bristol.
Oh, that's the one you talk about, isn't it, Romana?
Yeah. I debated training there yesterday, but after my 4 a.m. start and stagnation doing the medical cover for 2 Bros, I thought, actually, I'm just going to go home.
Can I
That's a long weekend.
Why have you girls never taken me to Trojans? I feel like massively let down.
Well, to be fair, we've only met there once, and that was the first time we met, so...
I feel so let down.
And the times I've trained is when I've been on overnighters in Bristol.
So
Did you just go straight from your night shift?
Do I train straight off? No, do I fuck?
Oh, not your thing.
No, I can't.
Train before?
Sorry?
Train before?
Yeah, so I'll get up at about 1. So I work 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Get up about 1 because I'm normally in bed asleep about 8. So that's what? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. 5 hours. 5 hours. And then, get up, go and train between about 3 and 5. Come home, have a little nap, little 45-minute nap after my post, shower and go to work.
Fair.
You hardcore motherfucker.
She is hardcore, isn't she?
That is.
No sense, no feeling.
Numb to the world.
I think, obviously, with stuff materialising that we're going to keep under wraps for a minute, I think that you're both of you, because obviously you do quite your shift patterns and stuff, I think it's going to be a very cool thing to document.
Yeah, for sure. Faux show.
And
what could it be?
What could it be?
I just need to go and get my chicken out.
That's all right. That's all.
Oh, get your boob out. Yeah, just a start.
You know, it could be new clickbait. You know, we'll call it nip bait.
Or Romana gets her boobs out.
Yeah.
Why am I getting my boobs out?
Why not?
Did you guys get? I know we're recording, but did you get many questions?
Negative. 0.
Did you actually not get any questions?
I never get many questions.
I think. Do you know what I think it is? Honestly, it's with. This is a thing as well. It's relevant. So with social media, it's like you have to build up your stories in order to get the engagement. And if you're not on the money with your stories every single day, the views drop. I mean, if it's it's really strange. It's also with algorithms and this and that. And if you're not, it just doesn't. People just don't see it as much. Yeah. And I find as well, this is another thing. When the weather's the way it is, people genuinely are less active on social media.
Yeah.
So you post it on days where it's like here's really nice yesterday when I posted it, and like my engagement was right down yesterday because of people aren't on social media as much. So I mean, I got some from the last time that I've still got, and I've got some like 1 or 2 from this time. Then I think we've got quite a lot of our own questions as well, which I think.
Yeah.
How do we beat you?
Yeah, I think other athletes will want to know. So, I mean,
How do you get onto the questions from your story, or just like
You
the
click on
questions?
the story.
so you
But it's
click on the
gone.
bottom left. Oh, so what you then need to do is you go onto
Yeah.
your profile, go onto
Yeah.
your. I will show you. Hang on. Let me show you.
Education sharing.
No, let's not, just in case something comes up that is not appropriate.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So go onto your profile, click the 3 lines in the top right hand corner.
Yeah.
There. Then go on to archive.
Yeah.
Then click the top and go into stories archive.
Yes.
Yes, and then scroll back to find it.
Yes.
Oh,
Then
I've got a good one.
Then you click on it, and it should then do that, and then click here, and then it will.
Ah, yes. You're a genius.
I've got quite a good one.
Romana, you disappeared.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
It says Romana, but sadly, oh Ruby.
Oh, Ruby.
No, Ruby. It's meant to say no, Ruby. Am I back?
No, you're black. You've gone black, like entirely black.
Yeah.
I was trying to look at what I was doing. How do I? I might have to leave and come back again.
Yeah, you're just lines.
How do I?
That's what I have to do with Debs. She's only
Reconnect.
saying this.
Hang on.
Oh, now you got.
How did your check-in go, Sarah?
Yeah, good actually. I'm quite pleasantly surprised with my check-in. Actually, I looked alright. Like my legs are getting back to fullness now. Like they obviously were a bit like flat because I hadn't been training them. She's back again.
She's back. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're like looking a little bit better. I think one because obviously I'm not training legs twice a week now. I'm only training them once as like a whole. I haven't split the quads and glutes between each other or whatever. Like normally you'd split hamstrings and quads, wouldn't you normally?
Yeah.
I'm only doing one full leg session and I'm dropping the volume right down. So it seems like because I'm almost better. Like my knee's so much better. It's just like I can't do like deep like squats or terminal extension stuff yet.
Mhm.
So well, the movements that I can do are fine. They're way better than what they were. So like I'm able to do like squats just below parallel, not like full depth. And it just seems to be working really well. So my legs look really good in my check-in actually. They looked a little bit fuller, like a little bit more together. Which was good. And I look relatively lean actually because I'm back at work now. Obviously, I had the 2.5 weeks off. My expenditure's gone straight through the roof again. So I dropped a little bit of weight this week. So food's gone up just for the last however long it is until I start prep. So it went really well, really well.
Oh, good. Gonna
Yeah,
see
happy with that actually.
some good legs
Since
coming
I've
up
come back, you're both quieter.
Has the volume changed?
No, I might have to get my headphones because I'm deaf and old.
Oh no.
Mm.
Oh no,
What was Tom happy with your check-in, Debs?
Shout!
Sorry, what was that?
Was Tom happy with your check-in?
Yeah, he's really happy. He's like, so I didn't think I was going to lose any more weight again. I was like, surely not. Like, it's just dropping off now. Oh, she's gone. She's I said, surely not, because I've dropped so much, and I think 2.5, nearly 3 kilos below last year's stage weight.
Yeah.
Oh, she's back. So yeah, I'm coming a lot leaner as well, and I look. It's always that thing as well. The photos, like I look lean in my photos, but I look way leaner in person, which I'm super happy with. But I was saying to Romana, I was like, obviously it's now 7 weeks out, isn't it, as opposed to 5?
Yeah.
Because obviously things got moved along. But I'm like, I don't know why. I'm like, oh my god, am I gonna lose this? Like, I'm gonna be ready early, because you see that happen with people, don't you? They come in early and then they lose it. And I'm like, that's my worry. I'm like, am I going to lose it? Am I going to get? It's just a weird anxiety I've got going on, which I've never been in this position before. I think that's maybe
just
why.
your response. That would just be a response to that sudden change.
Yeah.
That's like.
So, what's your game plan going forward then? Are you just going to hold steady for a bit? Because obviously it has added like an additional 2 weeks on. So
Tom's not changed anything. So, obviously, like, I'm still doing the cardio every day. I'm still doing the steps every day. Calories have stayed the same. And it's literally everything's just stayed the same. And
Yeah.
I think I had that one refeed, like I think it was maybe 3 or 4 weeks in. I've not had any refeeds, and to be honest, I suppose with it coming off and everything shaping up, there's no need to really change it.
Yeah, like I think if you're in that place now where you've got those additional 2 weeks now, because obviously things with two bros and stuff changing some of the show schedules, and like if you're sitting nicely, you don't have any cravings, you're not feeling too rugged, like too fatigued. Obviously, you're going to feel fatigued anyway because you're in a deficit and have been for a while now. Then just keep things the same until you just need to drop back in again or whatever. Like if it ain't broke, don't fix it, kind of thing.
Have we? Because obviously I've been in and out.
That's all right.
I'm a retard. Have you said about why prep's been extended by 2 weeks?
So no, well, I kind of glossed over it. Oh, sorry, hang on. Rachel's messaged me and said still good for 1 hour.
Does that mean in an hour's time?
That's what I mean. In an hour's time.
So while Debs figures that out, basically on Friday, it was discovered that Two Bros have amalgamated fitness, WPD, and what was the other one?
Women's bodybuilding.
Women's bodybuilding. Instead of being spread out over multiple shows, they've decided that you can only register for the MK Classic on the 16th of July. So
and it was
where she was. Sorry?
It was Race Strict Rumble as well, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, Race Strict Rumble. Yeah. But obviously that means like where Debs was going to be, what was it?
5 weeks.
5 weeks. You're now 7. Yeah.
Oh.
Because yesterday was the 28th of May. There was no WPD, no fitness, and no bodybuilding at Two Bros. Like, presumably nobody had registered. So maybe that was the precursor to them making the decision, because there was a lot with some of the Masters categories and the first timers where there was just like one on stage. Even the bikini class, one of the shorter height categories, there was just one athlete.
Really?
In bikini, yeah.
Oh. What time did it run? Quite quickly then?
Yeah. Finished on time, or early, in fact.
What time did you finish?
Before 4 o'clock.
Bloody hell!
Yeah,
I'm just a bit wary because obviously Penny and Kelly are in the same show, so I don't know. It just depends. Like obviously, like drying out process and stuff before just depends when they get on stage. And I'm like, when we competed last year or whatever, I wasn't on stage until like 5. So like, do I get Penny ready for earlier in the day or?
So the way it ran yesterday was they had all the men in the morning.
Yeah.
They had a sort of mid-morning little interval. Then they had an hour for lunch between 1 and 2. And somebody had told a bikini competitor I know from Exeter that was up doing the show that the show was running half an hour behind. But when I spoke to her, we were on lunch, and I was like, we were told to come back for 2.
Yeah.
So, because doing the medical cover, that's why I was like knowing the timings and that sort of stuff. But she was like, oh, they must be making up that half an hour then. It didn't feel like it was running behind as sort of stuff. I didn't really do anything. And Ian was like, that's the kind of medical cover I like, when the medic doesn't have to do anything.
Yeah. But, we used to get I used to like cover rugby matches and shit when I was a therapist for like from teams, and the best days where you just kind of don't have to do anything because you don't want to do anything, because if there's stuff that happens, it's going to be bad. So you're like, no, hopefully nothing will happen today. So
it ran really smoothly. And nice. Even if they did fall behind as a staff member stroke audience member, you couldn't tell.
But you're going to be doing the medical cover. Sorry, I was going right, Matt. You're going to be doing the medical cover for my one, aren't you, on the 16th?
Yep. And I'm also going to be.
Swoon,
sorry.
So if I swoon,
if you swoon, I probably won't be there to catch you because I'm not that quick reactionary, and I'm sat at the front. So I'm doing the medical cover for the 16th of July and for the British finals on the 30th of July. And I'm also going to be at registration meet and greet on the 10th, 15th, and possibly the 29th. I need to check my calendar, but definitely the 10th and the 15th. So say hey.
Hey.
I'll be saying, hey, I'll be coming up to you for registration. I'll be like, no, I want Romana to register me.
I don't think we actually do the registration, Debs. I think we just hang around.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You don't know if you can make it, do you, Sarah?
I'm at the 10th, obviously that's Penny's show, but I'm going to try and make it. I'm going to have to look and see if
We're gonna be roomies. We're gonna be roomies.
Cute, isn't it? I'm excited.
I am too. So's Ruby, or she will be once she knows it.
Yeah, so I need to look at my rotor because, to be honest, I've been all over the place this weekend. So, but I'm hoping to make as many shows as I can. Just one to support you, and I've got obviously hopefully Penny qualifies for the British. I hope to be at the British. It's a little bit crazy. But yeah,
it's a lot of shows in one go, isn't it? There's literally one every weekend, isn't there?
Yeah. And unfortunately, with like obviously my job and yours, probably Romana's, weekends just seem to be like non-existent. Like I get a weekend off so my rota's like 5 weeks, and we get 2 weekends off in that block of 5 weeks. So luckily, I've got a management that's really, really supportive.
So have I.
And even at the end of the year, like with like Asda distribution, you get given like career breaks. So from September to December, I'm just completely off work for 4 months.
I hate you.
Yeah, sorry, mate. It's unpaid, so that's another stress. But I'll just come and be your support.
Sorry?
I'll come and be your support. I'll sit at your desk and like...
Don't eat! Guys, so you have got a double whammy this week. We've got a special episode because there has been some very, very exciting news dropped that me and Sarah are kind of all hyped up about. Two Bros have dropped that WPD is now going to be at the Arnold as a pro show. Obviously, Sarah had plans to do her pro debut this year anyway. I had a plan to just eat and get fat. And literally, Tom was like, plans changed. We're doing the motherfucking Arnold. So apparently we're doing the motherfucking Arnold. So for me, prep starts next week. Next weekend sometime. Very, very excited. 16-week prep. And Sarah, when do you start the not eating?
2nd of July, so that'd be 12 weeks from the Arnold's. But it's just I mean when we found out, it's just so amazing. It's like a huge step, isn't it? Because to be given the chance to be able to step on a stage that's as big as the Arnold's, I mean, it can open so many doors, and like every other probably women's physique competitor, the Arnold is a goal of mine, probably a goal of yours, man, a goal of yours, Debs, and to be able to be given the opportunity to step on stage at the Arnold's is just unbelievable. And I honestly don't think that some people understand how much it means to us women, like considering obviously how quiet women's physique has been the past year. Obviously bringing up our thoughts and feelings at our meeting that we went to, Romana, like we kind of had what I thought was no hope of women's physique actually growing at all in the UK, and then they dropped this, and it's just like the best feeling ever, because we feel like, not that we've made a difference, but feel like, you know, it's growing maybe behind doors, but it is getting there slowly, and we've been finally able to be given this chance to step on stage. And even if there's like 5 of us, I think because the women's physique category gels so well, I think we'll give people a fucking good show. I really do think that.
And it's like, for you get to debut your proper debut on UK soil. I get to do my WPD debut. It's like, I'm just greedy. 2 debuts for me, please. Bigger than WPD. But to be able to do that. And also for us to be able to be on stage together in the UK and like little P-head will undoubtedly be...
I'm not being rude, by the way. I'm just organising. Sorry.
No, she's doing her thing, but she'll be there with us.
Yeah, I'm either going to be there. Well, fingers crossed, everything turns right for me, and I'll be there with you guys, even though I'll look like a little baby on stage next year.
Can you not get your pro card at the amateur at Arnold's and then do the pro show the next day? I don't know how it works.
I think you can. I think you can.
Yeah,
because I think they did that. Wasn't that last year they did that with some of the guys? Yeah, so they moved them straight over.
Yeah, because that's how. Was it Shelley?
Oh, the Fit Pro. Did
she turn pro at that show? Forgive me, Shelley. I saw you yesterday, but I should have asked.
Didn't she?
Sorry?
Didn't she win her O qualification as well?
Yeah.
straight away in one go. It
Yeah.
was nuts.
Yeah, because I can't remember her name, but Alexandra, the girl I was honoured to share the stage with at the British, she got her pro card at the Arnold's. So I don't know whether she'll now do. She was one in the orange bikini, if you remember from the pictures.
I follow her.
Absolutely lovely girl, really lovely. She was absolutely so much fun to share the stage with, and I don't know now whether she'll jump in, which would be good if she does, because it's great. I mean, she gets to pro debut in the UK, but I don't know what her plans are. But I think that as a collective of UK women's physique pros, because me and Tom were talking about it yesterday, I don't actually think there's many active women's physique pros in the UK anymore.
I saw Tom at Two Bros yesterday and we had the same conversation.
Yeah.
I don't know whether Gemma Lancaster looks like she could be in a position to start prep. She looks tidy. Trying to think who else there is pro-wise.
That's it, exactly.
There's
You got Gemma
Emily Brand, isn't there? But I don't know if
She's not active, is she?
I doubt she'll do it. She's lost quite a lot of size. As lovely as Emily is, I think she just kind of wanted to focus on other avenues of money. Then she is lovely, but I just think she lost her way with it a little bit, which is fine. It's just life gets in the way sometimes.
If we're wrong, Emily, please feel free, DM the WPD podcast.
Yeah.
We'll get you on, have a chat. Because me and Emily turned pro at the same show, so that's quite cool.
Didn't you?
Yeah.
I competed against her in body power in athletic figure ages ago. Like, what was that, 2018?
Probably.
But she comes in diced, doesn't she?
Yeah, she's nuts. She is nuts.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, like, so Debs, if you go pro, it would be us three, then Gemma Lancaster, and then Alex, if she does it. But then, obviously, I don't know whether many competitors will fly overseas for it.
Yeah.
Because it's very close
to the Europeans, isn't it? Because there's Laura as well, Polish.
Oh, yes, Laura. She's Laura Terminator on Insta, isn't she?
Yeah. I did message her yesterday or Friday, and I was like, have you seen this? Or like, this is a possibility, like, kind of thing. Like, she didn't really, she was a bit non-committal about whether she'd do it or not.
Yeah.
Which I suppose is fair. Some people, I suppose it's such a new announcement that there's that kind of umming and ahhing. I mean, I said in my check-in to Tom, is obviously I want to do it, but does he really think I've put on enough size to be competitive moving up in figure? So I suppose there's still quite a few people with that. And I was like, is it kind of counterproductive to what I was trying to achieve this year with growing and stuff? But then I also think Tom wouldn't have suggested it if he didn't think.
Yeah, that's it. It's like we were saying, Ro, like, if he didn't think you were ready, he wouldn't have said you need to jump in. And honestly, mate, I think with the off-season you've had, you have made differences. I mean, in your legs alone. Obviously, when we were talking the other day about maybe increasing like certain exercises in certain areas of your physique, I think it'll only be good for you to jump on stage, because not only are you gonna, be able to pro debut on UK soil, but you can also utilize rebound, learn where you need to like find new weaknesses if you have any, utilize rebound, and just grow into another off season. Do you know what I mean?
Although I think there's the possibility of doing another show after the Arnold.
Fuck yeah.
It's like you bought the pro card, you're in shape. Because that's what I was going to say to you. Has it changed your... Sorry?
You should just come to the States. Well, flights are really fucking expensive. But
I was going to say, has it changed your plans at all?
No. So ideally, like Arnold's, I would like to place top 3 at Arnold's. Regardless of where I place at Arnold's, I will be going to the States to do Legions. Place top 6 at Legions, maybe. And then I will probably, dependent on where I stand after Legions, just purely because I've spent so much money on getting to the States and I want to have more stage time. I might do Muscle Fest. I have signed my contract for it, so I might just do it anyway. But then obviously we'll just see if I can qualify for the O, then I might not do Romania, but we'll just see how it goes. Like, it's a pro debut. Like, obviously we all want to win, but I just want stage time as a pro. Like, that's something Rhea said when I spoke to her, was just get your face out there. Even if I come dead last at the Legions, people still, oh, okay, it's a new UK pro. Like, she's now floating around the scene. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I was sort of looking at the calendar, and because I saw Tom yesterday, it wasn't the ideal time to talk about it. but we did have a little chat about potentially the Spain dates, because I was also kind of like, as much as it will be fucking awesome to be on stage together at the Arnold, we don't want to then, it's not smart to do exactly the same shows. I can't,
that's very true, actually.
I can't afford Florida as much as I would love to go and do it. I can't afford it. So for me, it's the Europa, the
That's
Big
a good show,
Man.
to be fair, the
Yeah,
Europa.
Europa, Big Man, and the Romanian Muscle Fest are the three next shows in Europe that are possibilities.
Yeah.
It would kind of depend on how I place in the Arnold, and then whether that's enough to cultivate points, and then carry on and maybe do 1, 2, or 3 of those shows in November.
I think obviously financial, like how you sit financially. I think if you're already in shape, you might as well just jump in. As long as there's not like fucking months between the shows.
Yeah, well, September, end of September to November, isn't it?
Yeah, so Arnold's is 24th, 25th.
And last year I did mid-September to mid-October.
Yeah.
So
actually, no, that's not bad. That's not
no,
bad
it wasn't too bad. The worst bit was we changed and put me on the bike, and I just cycled away my legs.
Yeah.
And annoyingly.
I mean, okay, so let's think. If you won the Arnold's, qualified for the O, because the Arnold's is obviously a show that takes you straight to the Olympia, would you do any more shows?
Probably not.
Yeah, fair. Because I know all the bigger, like Natalie, I know obviously Sarah's qualified anyway because she's Miss Olympia, but all the bigger girls that have qualified for the O already have already qualified. So realistically, the people that we would be up against when we go for the try and qualify for the O aren't as, obviously if we went up against Natalie, we would lose. That's just because she's amazing. But because everyone's obviously qualified, then we have probably a higher chance of qualifying just because those big names aren't going to be at the end shows.
Yeah.
So we'll just
see. It'll be interesting, as it will be a dynamic approach, I think. But I mean, if I do the Arnold and actually we look at the end product and it's like, yeah, you're still too close to figure, then personally, instead of investing that money and, as time goes on, you're not going to get any bigger over that prep.
Yeah.
If I'm way off the mark at the Arnold, then I've got no qualms of kind of going, Tom, let's pull this and just off-season it. Because what I don't want is to push to do those other 3 shows on the possibility of points and actually just eat away at tissue I've just spent the last 6 months growing.
Yeah. That's fair enough. Yeah. At the end of the day, you've just got to, do what works for you. And again, like you said, just utilize that rebound because you can grow really nicely from a rebound if it's done correctly, which with Tom it will be.
Yeah.
And then just
put I put on 20 kg this off season.
Fucking hell. What was your weight at the beginning? So after prep or when you started?
So it's probably better to go with my stage weight because of how bad my rebound was. Yeah, so I was 61 and I was 81 last weekend. I've dropped a bit this week. I think mainly I had amazing sleep last night. So some of that, and I've just had 3 rest days. So some of that information's reduced and I've just dropped a pound, which I'm not too concerned about because we're looking at starting prep in the next week anyway.
Are you excited to eat less?
Sorry?
Are you excited to eat less?
Oh my God, I am. I'm also excited to ditch my 1 a.m. alarm.
I couldn't imagine waking up I wake up at 1 a.m, 1 a.m. for a week because I drink so much water and so many liquids. I wake up, I've literally got a physical wee baby going on. Huddle down the stairs. I'm like, ugh. But waking up to eat is a different thing. I don't think I could do that.
I'm just going to put my food on.
Yeah, so I'm going to grab a meal in a minute as well. But so sorry, you're definitely doing the Arnold. Are you going to do? You're going to? Is it Nevada? Is it called? Is it Nevada?
So it's Arnold's, and then it's called the Legion. So pro sport is called the Legions Festival.
Okay.
And that's the one Sean Clarida won last year when he moved up to Open.
Yes, I remember.
And then obviously from Legions, I'll come back to the UK because so we'll do the Arnold, and then it's 2 weeks till it'll be a week until I have to fly. Because I fly out to Reno, which is where Reno's like a smaller Las Vegas.
Yeah.
I'll fly to Reno on the 2nd of October, and then just spend some time out there adjusting to the time zones, adjusting to the heat because it's quite hot out there. Compete on the 9th of October, and then I fly back to the UK on the 14th, and then I'll just have, I think it's like 3 weeks until Romania, of which I'll probably just, obviously, if we all go to Romania, obviously that was the plan. It's just essentially going to be like a long weekend, I guess. And the flights are really not that expensive for Romania, I don't think. It's like 75 quid, isn't it? Or something like that.
Yeah, they're not expensive at all.
So,
but you guys might be in prep, and I might be the only fat one there then.
What? Yes! I can feed her, remember? Feed.
Yeah, I'd be like, just... I don't fancy that
Do you
kind of
know
stuff.
what? Because my last pro debuts, obviously with the pandemic and everything, I had to go on my own. Little violin. But I've done most of my shows on my own.
Yeah.
But there was something about the 2 pro shows on my own that was actually like, I wish there was some people here. So regardless of whether I do Romania or not, going and like just being part of a crowd for it is just going to be wicked.
The thing is, as well, like, if, again, financially we can do it, I would be at any shows of your girls overseas if I could. Do you know what I mean? Like, because there's something about having, because I've always got Leets. Leets is always backstage with me. Obviously, Tom's backstage with me for the majority of my shows. Like, just having Leets with me is such a reduction in stress. Like, I think I was backstage and I forgot my number for my bikini. I was like, oh, Leets, go and get my... So I didn't have to run out. She just got... So it's... Having someone there is such an amazing thing, because you don't really... They do the thinking for you. Like, I give her to my phone, I give her everything, and she answers all my texts, everything, and she just leaves me to it.
Can we phone her?
I'll say
I'll rent her out for like, I don't know, tenner a day or something.
That's like makes you a pimp, right?
What's that? Yeah, yeah, I'll rent Leeds out. No, yeah, so like, just like
that's the clickbait.
yeah, Leeds gets rented out. Sarah's a pimp.
Sarah the pimp.
Yeah, so like, obviously we'll all try and make it to each other's shows, because it makes such a difference. Just having, it doesn't have to be like 10 people, but having that one person help just makes such a difference.
I know all my shows I've done, I think my mum's come to a couple. But other than that, I've done them all. I've travelled by myself. I've done everything by myself, and I don't mind doing it. But like you said, when you get on stage, you have like random people in the crowd, but it's not the same. Like, they'll cheer for you. It's not the same as someone that's like literally been through your whole prep with you. Understands you and like actually like connects with you on stage. So when you do like a routine,
you're
like, fuck, you know. Even when I was watching your routine, Sarah, I didn't know you, but I was just like, I was getting all like little hairs standing up. Do you know what I mean? It's nice.
That's the thing. The other thing with like, when I turned pro, you're only allowed one person in the audience. So,
is that regarding like tickets?
Yeah, because of COVID. Yeah. So Rob was in the audience, but I didn't have anybody else with me, and it was quite cool because Claire Barks was in the shorter height category to me, but a lot of her spectators, I know, like Harry Harrison was there. Yeah. And like, I used to get deep tissue treatment off of him. So it was quite cool, like unexpectedly having the primitive gym lot like shouting at me. Most of them I didn't know, but that was quite a nice little boost. But it will be wicked to have like actual people that I care about in the audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, my food.
Okay.
Does make a difference. How's your routine coming on, Debs?
So I've got it.
Yeah.
But I keep like adding. I've got like the foundation of it, and I keep adding in like extra bits because there's like certain movements that I really like that I want to put in, because I don't want it to look like a routine that's just a pose. I want it to be like flowy. So I've got some cool bits in there. It's kind of long. Well, I've got the song and stuff, but I'm not even going to tell you guys what the song is because it's like.
Is it WAP by Cardi B?
Yes. How did you?
How did you know?
It's just like 60 seconds of just
responded to my suggestion of Pitbull yesterday.
No, not putting that. Nope.
That was a tumbleweed moment, fuckers.
No, I'm not putting that in. But it's a nice song, and it's different. No one else will be having, like, no one else will have it, nice. And it's kind of like evokes a lot of like, I don't know, it evokes a lot of emotion towards like what we're doing here.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's
you'll
good.
know when you hear it.
Fuck
What
yeah.
the hell is that? The size of that? Look at it.
I was just thinking that. Size of it!
This is what 300 grams of rice looks like.
What, raw weight? Or
Yeah.
I'm sorry, 300 grams of raw weight.
Yeah. Not 300 grams, sorry. What am I about? 150 grams.
Say.
Okay. Mind you, the most dry.
I'm not eating 300 grams of raw rice.
The thing is, it actually looks like 300 grams raw weight. It doesn't look like 100. What else is in there?
Chicken.
Sweet corn.
And a bit of sweet
chicken,
corn. And crack sauce, obviously.
And crack sauce.
Which I'm running out of.
How are you going to do without your crack sauce?
I'm going to go on the way to the gym and get more crack sauce. Because I'm going to go out to Taunton today.
When you start prep,
What?
you're not allowed crack. When you're on prep, you're not allowed crack sauce.
I know. I have prepped
Yeah,
before.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. How are you going to cope without it? That's what I asked.
I haven't thought about that yet.
That was the original question. You're not even on prep yet.
Just make the most of it. Just like.
I'm still in a carb coma for breakfast. Leave me alone.
What was your
Like,
breakfast?
No, I've been prepped before.
What was
I
my
knew you've done prep
breakfast?
before.
Yeah.
My breakfast was 100 grams of oats and 50 grams of protein powder and some
That's
frozen
alright.
berries.
I had 120 grams of oats the other morning, and it fucking bloated me like hell. Like hell.
I don't
It was
find it
horrendous.
bloats me. I just find I can't eat for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
How are you with
Swell
oats,
you up.
Debs?
Hmm?
How are you with oats?
So I'm good with oats, but
Yeah.
I have not eaten an oat in. How long have we been prepping for? So since 21st of February. How long's that? I think they were gone by like week 4, so I don't know. I've not eaten an oat in ages.
Do you have cream of rice in your diet though? Not anymore.
Literally, my carbs are on training days are 40 grams of raw weight rice and 75 grams of pasta raw weight, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's that.
Yeah, because I stopped eating oats after my 2018 prep because they just fucked my guts.
Yeah, I feel
the only reason I had them the other day was because I ran out of cream of rice, and I was like, I tried 100 grams of oats, was alright, but I went up to 120. I was like, nah, I can't. Even if they're gluten free oats, because me and Tom originally thought it was gluten, but it wasn't. It's just oats.
I feel like if I have them in, I feel like if Tom reintroduced oats, then
Yeah.
it would do me in, because when we did our our refeed,
Yeah.
we only did it from rice sauces, so I literally just had rice,
Rice,
basmati, and then cream of rice.
That's
and
what I'm doing with Penny. Is I'm just, for her carb up, I'm just using rice based stuff. It's just not worth risking it, because we did a refeed bit like you, Debs, and we had oats as one of the meals, and she said it was fine, but it just made her feel really like sluggish. I'm like, nah, it's just not worth the risk. It's not worth the risk.
I think the cream of rice as well, it just gives you almost like that. If you get a nice one, it gives you a little bit of like the sweetness as well, and it just digests so well, doesn't it? And I'm like you, I've got a really, like, my stomach's really sensitive, so if I have something that sets it off,
Delicate little flowers, aren't you?
We are, but everything I eat from then onwards just feels like it's having an issue with it because it's inflamed from something.
Whereas I cooked this rice about 4 days ago, and I've just microwaved it.
You know what? You must literally have like a cast iron stomach, because I would not do that.
No, I wouldn't either.
I know. My mum's like, don't. My mum's got this thing. She goes, don't microwave rice. It's
I
really
always
bad.
do it.
And I'm like, Mum, I've been doing it since like nearly 7 years now.
Why is it really bad? I don't understand.
The bacteria that develops in it.
Fuck yeah. As long as it doesn't have calories, that's fine.
My first prep, when I was living in a van in between shifts, the amount of slightly fizzy chicken I've eaten is unreal.
Slightly fizzy chicken.
That actually made me feel sick.
I disappear off for like 5 days, and although I had cooking ability in my van, my mum was a little bit worried that the gas cylinder would just spontaneously explode, so she made me take it out, and I used to use my sink as storage for my gym gear.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. So I'd have to like pre-cook everything. I'd freeze it and then let it defrost. So I'd have like a big freezer bag with loads of cool blocks in it, and I'd just let it defrost whilst I was away with work. So yeah, in the height of summer, when was it? Bournemouth Air Festival. It was like 33 degrees, and I'm trying to sleep in between nights on prep. Yeah, that was fun.
Disclaimer: no one eat fizzy chicken. We're not condoning eating fizzy chicken.
Don't do this at home, kids.
Romana's just literally like
chewy.
a mutant that can eat fizzy chicken and pack en masse from doing so.
Yeah. Fizzy
I've got-
chicken regime.
This is going to be the episode name, Fizzy Chicken.
Top Trumps, what's your superpower? Eating fizzy chicken and putting on muscle mass.
Yes.
Yeah, literally, it literally is. But it'll be a fizzy chicken and Pimpin.
Yeah. Yes.
Pimping fizzy chicken.
Oh,
Bloody hell,
you know what? Right? Do you know what we have to do, guys? If when we're in off season, and I know it's always when we're in off season, because obviously we're not going to do stupid shit like this in prep. We need to do that eating thing that we were going to do, the challenge, and then we've got to do some kind of disgusting challenge where you've got to eat or drink something that's disgusting.
I don't know if I like the idea of this. I've got a very sensitive upchuck mechanism.
So do I.
Like,
But
if my stomach doesn't like something, it's like projectile. Which is really useful when you eat fizzy chicken.
Right, but that's what will make it funny though, because we'll be going.
What?
God. Oh dear. You're a machine, man, I swear.
She is.
Whatever it takes, right?
To be fair, you're not going to be like that in a few weeks. You'll probably be like, that song's like, all around me are familiar.
Yeah. I reckon your food will stay quite high though, I reckon, Ray, for a while.
Well, I tend to like, I do drop quite quick when it happens. It's only when it should be easier this time, because last time I prepped, the rota I was on had, like, at the moment I only have 2 nights in a row, but I'm actually going to now we're going to be dropping the hammer. I'm actually going to speak to work. So we have something called a flexible working arrangement. And you can have them like on a temporary local basis. So I'm debating saying to work, so I work 2 earlies, 2 nights, 4 off. And recovering from 2 nights sleep-wise takes me quite a while. I can recover from 1 night relatively quickly. Yeah. And the 2 day shifts means I can't train because of Ruby. I can't leave her that long and go to the gym after a 12-hour shift. So I'm actually going to have a discussion as to whether I can qualify for a flexible working agreement to do 1 early, 2 lates, 1 night shift, just while I'm on prep, because I think that will help with my recovery and stuff.
What's your late shift?
So I'd probably do like a 12 till 12 for the first one. Yeah. And then like either a 2 till 2 or a 3 till 3. So they're getting gradually later. Yeah.
If that works better for you, then I would just try and qualify for it. I mean, what have you got to lose, Like, you're good at your job because you wouldn't be in the position you are now. So if you qualify for it, they didn't really have a leg to stand on, surely.
I think, like, luckily my boss has always been really supportive. Like, last year before my pro debut, and I was successful in applying for a promotion and my rota changed, suddenly the weekend off where I was going to Poland I was then meant to be working, and I was like, John, seriously, help. I've got to have, like, I've got pre-commitment. My flights are booked. My hotel's booked. I've been dieting for 20 weeks. And he sorted it. Not a problem. Because I'm quite flexible as well. Like, where I was on nights, he was like, can you do a night here because our cover's rubbish? Can you do a night there because our cover's really bad? So I'll do that, because I'm not fussed about, if I have to work a night to get what I need off, I'll do it.
Yeah. I think that's it. Like, if someone said, okay, you can have this day off, but because obviously, one, you work so hard for however many long weeks to prep, and if you're given an opportunity to change it to benefit you, then you're going to do a different shift, aren't you? So, especially if you get on better with nights, don't you? You have said, might as well. So
it's that balance between recovery, but ability to train. So, like, my sleep is better on earlies because I get more of it, but I can't train. Like, trying to drag myself to a gym after 12 hours of staring at the computer, I just know my session productivity isn't going to be good. So I'm better off getting the sleep in and recovering. And I find actually 2 rest days back to back work. I see more growth that way.
Yeah. It's funny actually, like when you have like just that extra day of rest with like I said earlier with my legs, if I find that I've been like training too much for my legs, they just deflate. So and obviously you find the more kind of rest days you have, the better you look, I guess. You're not as inflamed.
Well, we were chatting back and forth yesterday, weren't we? Because I was coming back from Two Bros, and I was like, really, I should go and train legs. But, well, maybe it was Debs. I'm confused.
Probably both of us.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. It was definitely said it to me.
Yeah, it was like, do I drag myself to the gym and get a leg session in with the boys? And I know it'll be a good session, but I'm knackered, so it might not actually be that good a session.
Yeah.
Or do I go home and rest and then actually hit it hard today, which is what I opted to do. I mean, by the time I got back to Exeter from Maidenhead, I was utterly poobah.
You were wrecked, weren't you? I mean, people underestimate as well, because obviously within the UK, people watching this abroad, we tend to drive everywhere, and it's like hours upon hours, like 4+ hours. If we want to go anywhere that's like, or especially from my area or your area, if you want to go somewhere, it's literally hours and hours in the car, and people seem to forget how much that actually drains you. And then if you're doing a job like what you're doing, medical cover, you can't just be like in the audience. You've got to be alert. You've got to look out for stuff. Then you've got to talk to people and socialize. People underestimate how much energy that actually takes from you.
Yeah.
And then you've got your own training to do, and that's another thing as well. Like when you're in the gym, that's why I think it's so important, and people need to be like really, really respectful. Like I'm like it with other people, and I would assume people be like it for me, to leave people to train as well when they're in there, and just give people space and time, because if you've done a day like that you wouldn't normally like tell people either, would you? You've done a day like that, you just want your time in the gym to focus on yourself, because you're pro athlete at the end of the day, and you need that time to make it better, don't you? So just it's like traveling is draining. It is so draining.
And the bastard sun was in my eyes all the way up there and all the way back. Bastard.
And it's at that height, isn't it, where you can't get the visor down.
And because of
and then
this,
you're like this.
I don't have any prescription sunglasses, and you do not want me driving without my glasses on. Like,
it's Clark Kent.
Suddenly.
Speaking of which, guys, did you? I sadly gave myself a name on my bio on my Instagram. Have you seen it?
No.
Have you not seen it? Go and have a look. See if you laugh. It's from you guys that I've given it to myself. I was like, I might as well just coin it now and take it.
Definitely.
See if someone sees it. We need to make up one for you guys.
The ghost. I love that. I fucking love that.
Sorry, there's a ghost behind you. The door just opened.
Oh God, the door! Go away, ghost.
Delete.
Did you see that though? A door went wee.
Creepy. It's because this door.
Legs.
Hey, leg.
Yeah, hey.
It's because the handle on that door, right? So my flat is a standard little flat, but none of the doors fit in the door frames, and obviously so this one, it like to shut it, you have to like lodge it in. But I was pulling it to open, and I ripped the handle out the door, so we can't shut the door now because we have no way of that handle will just come out. So I'll just be stuck in here.
I thought it was a ghost.
Until Lee sees fit to let you out. I got stuck in the gym toilet the other day.
Did you?
You know when you like it was
Like,
that thing.
that's
It's done it again.
Yeah. See, look. Like I'm going to show you. I'm going to take you with me. So if I shut this door,
It's making me feel slightly dizzy.
the handle's like this. Oh wait, can you see it? Can you see it? See?
No.
No, you can't see it.
I can see that. Yeah.
It's like broken, so we can't. But then obviously, I think the windows. I'll just show it like that. The windows are probably open, so it's like blowing out.
That's a good view up your nose there, Sarah.
Beautiful.
There we go. Hopefully, it won't open anymore. How do you get stuck in the gym toilet?
Same thing. Pulled the handle. Handle fucking came off, and I was like,
Yeah, scariest time of my life.
yeah. Luckily, the lads are in the gym, but I managed to get the door open. Otherwise, yeah, they would have had to kick it.
I'm gonna help you.
Yeah.
How would you know you're stuck in there? Like, is this Unit 7?
Yeah. Oh, they
Oh, so
know.
they would
Well, I had my phone with me, so I text them going, dudes, I'm stuck in a
Oh.
bog. Emergency in trap 1.
I was saying, it's a good job you did take your phone in there. Otherwise, you probably would have been in there for hours. They probably think, oh god, Romana's dropping a big one in that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love
They probably, the thing is though, those two, they just carry on rotating through the sets. Like
Yeah,
literally,
not
I could do the
realised.
quickest piss in the world and they'll still be, I'm like, hang on a minute, who's jumped in? Rude.
So rude.
Yeah.
Rude. Mm.
Yeah.
We need to arrange a meetup, don't we, for
Yes.
training?
We do. We haven't done one
But
in
obviously,
years.
I have to work around you guys. And I've got, stupidly, I've taken on 2 more PTs.
Yes.
And do you know what? Do you know why I've done it though? It's because I like being out of the house.
Yeah.
And I like
Yeah.
like I was saying to you the other day, wasn't I? Sorry, like, and you said keep them busy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What about 7th or 8th?
What does that fall on?
June.
Tuesday, Wednesday.
Tuesday, Wednesday. I can do Tuesdays are now free, so Tuesdays I can do.
Next
and
week.
Tuesdays are normally legs or push. I can rotate either.
I'll be coming off at night, so I'd prefer not legs. Well, mate, fuck it. Maybe that'll be a good thing.
So I can do legs or push.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm free on the Tuesday. Yeah, well, I'm free on the Tuesday, Wednesday actually, because I've swapped a few shifts around, so I can be at Penny's show, but I can do whatever.
Do you want to do the 7th then? That's Tuesday.
Yeah, do the 7th. Sounds
And then
good. I'll write it down in my little book here.
WPD mashup.
Where and when?
I don't mind. I mean, I know we said we were going to come down here, but if you want to go do somewhere up your end, I'm happy.
How are
to do
you
that.
driving though, Debs? Because you're going to be so well. You're being close to a show, so depends how you are driving.
I'm fine. I'll get some coffee in me, and I'll be fine.
I'll
So
be
I
coming
can't,
up at night, so I can't, like... Obviously, I'll have to get some sleeping in.
That's fine. I can
Would it
come...
just be easier to go to yours, Ro?
If you guys don't mind, for like
No.
12:30, that would work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's such an easy. I don't know whether it's easy for you, Debs, but it's literally just
great.
an hour and a half, an hour and a bit
Yeah.
on the fucking M5. It's just a straight road.
Yeah, it's just straight. I actually quite enjoy the drive, to be honest, and I get all excited because I'm like,
Should we do that then? We'll hit legs at Unit 7.
Yeah, can do that.
I can see if... I think I've mentioned him, my mate Brad is starting to take photos. If it would be
Yeah.
too much for Bob to get down, he could do some photography.
That would be
of
sick,
us.
actually. Yeah, that would be good.
He's been dying to get us, and that'll be the start of prep for me. So that'd be quite a good before photo.
Yes, that would be sick. That would be good.
That'd be day 2.
Day 2, already feeling it.
Day 2, I'm fucked.
Yeah. Oh no, that'd be good. Because I don't know, like with driving, I was like driving back from work a lot, and obviously training with Connor, and I must have been like anywhere between the 6 and like the fucking last week. I can't drive for more than like 15 minutes. I just fall asleep. Like, I must have curbed my car like a solid 5 or 6 times.
So August and September we're training at SUPS.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what though, guys? If I'm not prepping, then I'll be more than happy to just chaperone.
Yeah.
I'll just be sat in the front with a big fat muffin, like.
Yeah. Fuck you, right?
That was going somewhere else for a minute in my head.
I would never do that, no. But I mean, I'd be happy to drive you guys.
What, like sitting on a podcast eating 150 grams of rice?
You'll be looking back at this and you'll be
That's
looking
right.
at that bowl like, why was I mooning?
I suppose the thing is, though, Debs, you know how little I'm enjoying this.
Yeah, I know.
Imagine us all on prep. How weird. This whole podcast is just going to be like 3 skeletons.
There's a...
Yeah. Yeah.
Welcome back to the WPD podcast. Apart from it being more like...
I said to my mum the other day...
I can't do that with rice in my mouth.
Going like this all the time? Because your mouth gets... Like, you get these, like, jowls almost. I feel like I'm going... all the time. You know what I mean? When it gets so
You know what
tight,
we were talking about Fish Friday?
Yeah.
Legit. Oh dear.
Maybe we should save the actual fish episode for after the Arnold, when we're all off prep, we're still all skinny, but we've got the energy, and then we can like literally. We should do like a WPD goes into town, and like be fish in town.
Oh, actually, speaking of that, Debs, you know the camera that I was telling you about? I've got this one.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, it's like an awesome little camera, and obviously it goes like this, so it's like quite good for vlogging and stuff.
Hang on.
It's dusty as fuck, but
I think we might have the same camera, mate.
do you reckon? It's a Canon EOS.
Oh no, mine's a Sony.
Yeah.
It's
Cool,
similar.
isn't it? Ooh, vlog twins! Ooh!
No, but that's awesome.
Yeah, so that's an idea.
Sleep's going to be on it.
Yes, she better.
Cam.
Little cutie.
See, you guys have your camera. I have like a notepad and a pen. Like in my era, we just drew things that we wanted to look at again.
You're like a sketch artist in a court, aren't you? You're like,
Yeah. Is that because your time was way before like the disposable cameras, bro? Or
Yeah, we had one of those things over your head.
yeah, and smart, and they just like shoot a little powder. It's like, yeah. Oh,
Self-portrait.
very accurate.
It is very.
Oh, I know actually. Before.
Put a date on it.
Yeah,
so
and find it one.
You got to put today's date.
Funnily enough, some men would probably buy that if you just like smeared it on your chest a little bit.
I was gonna say, put some like rub it under armpit.
Yeah, someone would buy that. Hey, did you hear about? So there's a lady called Frances on. I love that. It looks like a little pea.
Without the smile, ofs.
Yeah, so there's a lady called Frances who did women's bodybuilding for La Familia and for British last year. Her name's Valkyrie Muscle on Instagram, and she's qualified for it's not a federation that I've ever heard of, or it's a different federation, but it's a show over in Turkey, and she's qualified for it. That actually sounded like a turkey. Sounds like a pigeon. And unfortunately she's not able to get her own funds. So she set up a PayPal for donations, and she's managed to raise, I think it's like 760 quid so far. But I thought, good on her, like considering women's bodybuilding is in a worse place than women's physique, for her to be able to raise that much is all right, to be honest. So just a little shout out of her, because Frances, she was loving
the thing.
What's that?
Do the thing.
What thing?
Hang on.
The thing where you get the thing and the stuff.
Oh, the thing. Yeah.
What was the name? Velcro?
Valkyrie Muscle, I think it is. If I can find, yeah.
Velcro Muscle.
Velcro.
What's her name? Frances?
I don't know what her name is. So it's.
I know a person who's done a thing, and it's really, really cool.
Obviously, you can't really see it.
Valkyrie.
Yeah, so Valkyrie. And then it's muscle. Yeah, and Frances, she was lovely. She's obviously like women's body. She was upset because obviously women's bodybuilding isn't really going very far, because obviously it's not very popular. And Frances was so lovely to me at the British. She stood in and helped me out, helped fill out the women's physique class, so one of us could get the chance to go for a pro card. And she is lovely, and she really does like fight for women's bodybuilding, and she's just trying to raise some money so she can go over and compete in Turkey. So obviously, like, because she did so
check
much.
Her out.
Just raise awareness that she is trying to get the money to go to Turkey, and it's the least we can do is try and just raise awareness that she's trying to get there, and she just needs a little bit of money in the right direction.
Yeah, it's like £10 off someone's.
Yeah, so like something that we've done is
I'm gonna donate after this.
Yeah, it'll be good, mate.
Might be mad, but
I think like she's like said, for anyone who wants a logo on her t-shirt when she goes like to backstage pump up, it's like 50 quid. So like it's basically just like sponsoring part of her t-shirt and stuff. And like I said, like Frances did a lot for me at the British, and it's the least we can do as a collective to just help raise awareness for her and bodybuilding and stuff. Because she asked me whether I knew any female bodybuilders, and And I said, to be honest, mate, I actually don't. I only know Natalie Edmondson, who was
Togsy, isn't there?
who?
Togsy.
Yes, Togsy as well. But I don't really know her. Obviously, I know
No.
Natalie Edmondson because Tom used to coach her, and then she went to Callum. But that and Togsy, like you said, I don't really know many other women bodybuilders, to be honest.
No.
So yeah, and she's like the most loveliest person ever. I mean, all the girls backstage were lovely at the British, and she just, like I said, women's bodybuilding is in a worse space, and not saying women's physique's in a horrible place, but it could definitely do with a little bit more exposure. And women's bodybuilding is that next level of it needs just more and more. And I think as bigger girls,
any women's bodybuilders that are doing the 16th, the MK, drop us a DM and we'll share your profile.
Yeah, sure.
Get you some exposure in it.
Exposure, yeah.
So yeah, listen in for the next one, guys, because the next one is going to be a beauty.
Yes, indeed. Remember to comment, like, and subscribe, ring that bell, and all that crap.
Something like that. I'm just enjoying the fat face before it goes all.
Love it.
We've got the fat face. We've got it.